4. This will be a little bit of grass basketball. Both teams love scoring the ball, love putting points up on the board. So when it comes to the total points, you see that as high as you like, as high as you'll probably see across the NBL season. Now, a Sportsbet same game multi. Upset alert. I'm taking the Adelaide 36ers to win the game at home. That means DJ will need to score the ball and Cooks and Tui to get on the glass. Enjoy the game.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Welcome back to the City of Churches. The Adelaide Entertainment Centre is set to rock because that man, Xavier Cooks, is looking to end the 2-game win streak of the Adelaide 36ers. Kendrick Davis, he was fired up. 2 of the best games of his NBL career. And Isaac Humphries right there, well, he's back as well. What could go well, went well for the Adelaide 36ers, and they're looking to continue that. But it's time for my favourite part of every pre-game show.
It's his favourite too.
Because the majority of the time, you clowns are wrong. But we're going to go with the bold predictions right now.
He loves this. It's your favourite part of the week.
Kick us off. We had to remind you about 30 seconds ago what it is, so you're clearly invested.
Because I didn't like it, and I still don't like it, but I'm going to go with Xavier Cooks for a triple-double.
That is bold. That's
bold. That's bold. Hey, I will pay that.
When I'm wrong, what are you going to say after that?
I would say you're an idiot.
It's also that's just cut, copy, paste every week. Both of those. I've gone on your watch, so I think my bold prediction is Bull Cole won't foul out.
Oh, that's really bold.
According to you, it would be. You always think he's going to foul out. No fouls last game. He'll be all right again.
Unfortunately, with the bold predictions, there's got to be some chance that it may actually happen. Bull Cole with DJ on the other side, he's fouling out for sure. On the topic of Bull Cole, before we cut to this game, how important is he tonight? Because if he doesn't lock down DJ, this one's lights out.
I think he's going to start on Kendrick Davis, so he's going to have one of those jobs that he's got to try and win. But I think the best part about that all is you finally learn how to pronounce his name. I think that's a really good thing. He's figured out how to pronounce Qualls last
You know what else is important, though? Yes, we want him to play defense, but he still needs to knock down that 3 from outside. He still needs to stay offensively minded and knock down the 3 and play defense.
This man's out off his chair. He's trying to remember he's going to go out there and shoot one.
You've played plenty of games. You've played 2 years in this city right now. For Kendrick Davis, if he continues to play like this, he can make himself a star in this league. How important coming up against another MVP is this going to be for his confidence?
Very important, but guess what? He's playing against a master. This guy's MVP. He's won a championship, and you better believe he's coming at Kendrick Davis tonight.
I think he will. I think this is going to be an exciting point guard battle. When whoever wins the point guard battle, and again, Harold versus Cooks, is going to win the game.
Well, the energy is palpable in here because the Adelaide 36ers, well, they're on a win streak, but the biggest scalp of them all, the Sydney Kings, would validate the way they're playing. John Casey set to take it away. Adelaide versus Sydney.
Hoops Fest has been an unbelievable success here in Western Australia, and we finish it off with the Kings and the 36ers.
Stay in the game. We're here for a long time today.
Adams for back-to-back threes.
Oh, is it going to be like that, Derek?
Jalen Adams is here to let you know NBL25 is his show.
That looked good the moment it left the hand. It is just about to boil over at RAC Arena. Vasiljevic, look at the 36ers. Vasiljevic from deep. 9 points in a minute for Adelaide.
He's one of the elite shooters and scorers in the competition.
That's what we've been waiting on. He tried to break the ring, didn't he?
Mayan down the lane.
As Cooks comes back, get that up out of here. Harold says not today.
There's a lot of talk between both of these teams. Oliver rolls to the basket at the other end, and they are getting whatever they want offensively. And Cam Oliver happy to tell them all about it. Tui at the other end can put the game to bed.
Yep.
Well, live from the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, round 4 of the Hungry Jacks NBL continues with the red-hot Adelaide 36ers playing host to the championship favourites, the Sydney Kings. Another near sellout crowd approaching 10,000 in the house to see these teams. They played 3 weeks ago and both teams were in front in the 4th quarter before Sydney prevailed by 8. And with former league MVPs, NBA award winners involved, it should be a wild ride. And we're glad that you could join us here from the Adelaide Entertainment Centre alongside Pete Hall, and Leonard Copeland. I'm John Casey. One of the matchups of the season, certainly the biggest game for Adelaide this season so far. And I know it's early in the year, but the win here, and if they can get the job done in Melbourne on Sunday, then there's going to be a whole lot more believers out there, because at the start of the year, when Scott Ninnis was relieved of his position and Mike Wells came in and changes were made, well, it just had to be a big occasion for them.
And it was, and again, we've spoken about it in the pre-game, it was spoken about in the media, but the way that Kendrick Davis responded and also the change in the starting lineup, that was huge for the Adelaide 36ers. And this is going to be a fascinating chess match, these first 3.5, 4 minutes, where you've got the two bigs of Harrell and Humphreys versus two athletic guards when Cam Oliver comes into the game, but also the strength of Kelly Le'Pepe.
And you know what I'm looking forward to? These guys played in the first round, and Adelaide got out to a lead in that first quarter to let them know they can play with everyone saying Sydney Kings are the best team in the league and they're the #1 team. But when you compete against that team, you give yourself that kind of confidence that you can play with them, and who knows what's going to happen tonight.
So take a look at how the team's going to line up, and Adelaide, no surprise, they're going to be rolling with the same ones that have got it done. They're awesome foursome, or fearsome foursome as we've dubbed it here. And of course, the fifth player who comes in, Sunday Ditch defense, like Mayan can come in as well, but great numbers across the board.
Well, it is, and the question there is, it the best in the league? Well, we're going to see that from a sustained period, but certainly what we saw last weekend from all four of them, Isaac Humphries finding his groove, they've got a very strong case for it. What better way to ask that question against the talent the Sydney Kings have?
100%. If Isaac and Montrez can play like they played last week, that high-low pitch, playing together as two bigs, then they got a real shot at winning this game.
Of course, Jalen Adams comes into this game under a little bit of pressure, coming off a career-low 2 points against Brisbane. So he is out of form, which is a danger, because while he's out of form, that means he's just closer to having another big game. And this matchup, well, you'd pay good money just to come and see this.
Oh, absolutely. There's matchups everywhere, but I'm excited for this one, point guard on point guard. And that's why his points took a dip in his points average for the year so far, but he has been outstanding. Still racked it up in the assist market, but you know, when Kendrick Davis did what he did last weekend, and Jalen Adams coming off 2 points, there's a little bit more in this game than just your everyday matchup.
Absolutely it is. You got two of the best point guards in the league, one master, one MVP, and one young kid trying to make a name for himself. It should be good, Case.
How good to have Xavier Cooks back in the league as well. The only player in the competition who's top 6 in scoring and rebounding at the moment. He can do it all, and you feel as though he's here to make sure the Kings get back to the summit.
Absolutely. That's why it was such a big signing for the Kings to get him back on a multi-year deal, get him out of Japan. And again, he's done nothing flashy in the first half of this season, the first 4 rounds of this season. The way he's gone about his business just speaks to the high-level player that he is. He's got MVP numbers already. And you talk about the Sydney Kings potentially winning a championship again, it's going to be on the back of an MVP-type season from Xavier Cooks.
For a guy who didn't make the Boomer squad, I knew straight away he was going to come in here with a chip on his shoulder, and he's been playing like that the whole season.
Well, Adelaide's lineup is one of the most feared in the competition, and you look at it now with Davis and Vasiljevic in the backcourt. Sunday Ditch will provide what is going to be the defensive starch, and then Montrez Harrell and Isaac Humphries, 1-2 punch that has provided so much for the 36ers.
Oh, I can't wait for this. And again, these first couple of minutes, I think the 36ers need to take advantage on the offensive end to try and potentially negate what happens on the defensive end if Xavier Cooks puts the ball on the floor. But, Case, it's great to be here. Adelaide Entertainment Centre, sold-out crowd. It's fun.
It's a vibe.
It is a vibe. But you know what? The matchup I'm looking forward to is Bull Quall against DJ. Can Bull Quall stay out of foul trouble? Because if he can, Sydney have a real chance. But if DJ gets going, in case, look at the crowd. We didn't realize there's going to be this many people in the house.
Well, last week it was the biggest opening crowd for an opener ever, 9,377, and we're pushing that again tonight. Well, I love Bull Quall's comments in the pre-game, though, talking about the dying breed of defenders. He had 0 fouls last week against Brisbane. This is going to be a different story, I know.
In case you asked him about it too, so that means he's automatically going to foul out in this one, but that's the tone he sets.
Him in. Underway in Adelaide, round 4 of the Hungry Jacks NBL continues, and it is the who control the tip. Working to the left of your screen. They're going to do the Tui with that height mismatch on Sunday Ditch. He's a big, strong body, and Tui fired, but unsuccessfully.
Bull Quall, he's gone straight to Kendrick Davis for opening jump. Doesn't want to let Kendrick Davis pick up where he left off last week.
Vasiljevic in a trap, needs help. Humphries beyond his range, gives it back to the captain. Single digits on the shot clock. He pulls the trigger. Off the mark. Adelaide take the fewest threes in the competition. They're on world record pace for the NBL at the moment in terms of knocking them down at 49. And speaking of Mitsubishi threes, Kelly Pepe opens up with one.
And that shot's so natural and pure. Such a big body. Speaking of fouls.
There we go, Case. There's the first one.
And here's, look, yes, he'll get a foul. But this is when he needs to learn right now. Back off a little bit. Don't get that second foul. Because if you do, you got to come sit down next to us.
Just put his hands up to George and said, that's on me.
Here's Harold. He's ready to go from deep. Short on the rim. Jalen Adams, who carved Adelaide up when they played 3 weeks ago. He scored 8 points in a minute. And the only 8 points of the game. And Mike Wells was forced to burn a timeout. Get his team to readjust. 10 on the shot clock for Tui. Lepepe hands over. Adams fires and knocks it down.
Screen from Kelly Lepepe.
He got a rebound. He knocked down a three. He set a screen.
Deja vu in terms of the start Sydney made when these teams met in the opening round Hoops Fest. And Adams 1 of 10 from deep in his last 2 games. Knocks down an early one here, and Adelaide have coughed it up again.
It's Lepepe again. His energy has been outstanding in these opening 2 minutes.
Cooks on the march, gives it back to Adams. Nice 1-2 game. Nice finish as well. Again, they're out to 8-zip against Adelaide in a little over a minute.
And they're exploiting. They're exploiting the 2 bigs on both ends right now. The athleticism of Cooks and the strength of Lepepe, the energy that he's brought. They're just blanketing them early.
Vasiljevic, Humphreys, dislodged by Adams, read the pass, broke free, it spills to Davis. He's got Harold and Detch in support. Sunday Detch fires, gets Adelaide's first points. Well, it took over 2 minutes, but Adelaide on the scoreboard here.
Sydney are just so comfortable with their offense. They pass that ball around. Whoever's open, they fire.
Well, Qual knocks it down. They're 3 of 3 from long range and lead by 8.
There is very little resistance in the first 2.5 minutes from an Adelaide perspective on the defensive end. As you said, Copes, Sydney can get whatever they want.
Davis penetration, gets it back from Sunday Detch. Baseline fires, that's off the mark. So Adelaide 1 of 4 from deep. Sydney haven't missed with 3 attempts. Cooks finds Tui, ready to go. Off the mark, Detch for Vasiljevic. Adams ahead of him, Cooks lurking. Good covering D, gets Detch an open look, he fires too deep. Vasiljevic keeps it alive for Adelaide. 3 minutes played, opening quarter action. Kings jumped out of the blocks and Adelaide are chasing. Shot clock to red digits. Vasiljevic fires. Yes!
Well, he had to knock that down because they missed Harold underneath the hoop. He was open a couple of times. There's DJ's first basket against his former team.
Pepe against Humphreys. Hands over Adams. Good screen from Pepe. Opened up. Adams couldn't finish it.
I'll tell you what. Kendrick Davis better learn not to go under that screen because Adams will knock that thing down all night long.
The entire first 4 minutes.
It's Davis against Adams. Good contest. Davis forces away pass. Nothing on offer. Vasiljevic via Harold. Fires over the Pepe. Is called for the foul. Doesn't like the whistle from Michael Aylen and lets him know. I think Michael Aylen would just be advising him that just to quieten down just a little.
Scared me, Kate. Where we're sitting. With Pepe getting upset.
So Cook subs out of the game. Courtney checks in.
I think when the referee talks to Lepepe, very softly spoken. Please, please, just don't talk to me.
He had another crack as well.
Oh, my goodness me.
Vasiljevic good from the stripe this year, 21 of 25 at 84%. It's their top 3 in the competition getting to the free throw line. And Adelaide take more free throws than any other team and the least threes. It's an interesting change up and adjustment from last season. They were the worst three-point shooting team in the competition last season, averaging 30% to be 10th. This year, they're at 49%, and that's going to count as well.
Those are the buckets Adelaide can get. When you look at, they've still got Lepepe out there now with Courtney. Offensive rebounds, really using their height to their advantage.
4 minutes played, opening quarter action. Adelaide back to within 1 after they gave up the first 8. Jalen Adams again firing off the mark. Good body work there from Kendrick Davis. And they want the ball up the floor quickly. They used Humphreys, who was guarded by Courtney in a mismatch, but did a good job of it. Inside, nice finish from Tui as he comes up with his first points.
Great take from Tui.
Just too easy. I mean, yes, Adelaide can score with the best of them, but you got to get stops against the Sydney Kings because everyone can score.
Here's Adams once more. 2-on-1 fast break. Decides to go solo. It's off the mark. Lua Pepe did well there. Kept the O-board alive. Muscles inside. Feeds Tui in the corner. It's off the mark. So they've missed their last 5 threes after knocking down 3 in a row, Sydney. They've cooled off from there. Vasiljevic, here's Harold. Mismatch down low in terms of height with Quoll. Humphreys goes down off the ball. Now Davis. Shot clock rolls to 5. Davis found a way past Adams, confronted by Bull. Quoll talked out of the bucket.
Not a good look in the end. Trying to take advantage of the big fellas down low.
Just Courtney.
Good defense from Humphreys.
And a chance for Adelaide. Wedge a little closer. Vasiljevic in traffic. Nice finish.
And you spoke about them getting to the free throw line. That's because DJ's learned to drive that ball. When he came from Sydney, it was all about the jump shot. Now he's putting the ball on the floor and getting to the basket.
Pepe heads over. This is Adams. Countered by Davis. Retreats to Tui. Shot clock to 5. Courtney arcs up the triple. That's long.
Hasn't been too many whistles in this game so far either. A couple of players are taking deep breaths early.
Davis for Vasiljevic. 7 points in the game. Make that 9. He leads all scorers, and Adelaide are in front for the first time.
Loving this matchup early, Copes. He can play it down as much as he wants. This is not just another game on the calendar for DJ Vasiljevic.
Oh, no, sir. He's trying to get 50.
Adams against Davis. Muscles his way past. It's called an offensive foul.
Rarely do you see a team where you make changes and the guys coming off the bench are probably better than the guys that started. It's crazy.
3:37 left on the clock. Timeout called here. And after Sydney scored the first 8, identically to what happened in Perth 3 weeks ago, Adelaide have assumed the lead here in the first quarter. Deja vu from that game in Perth.
Fantastic response, and again, they started to lock in a bit defensively, but DJ's the one who got it going on the offensive end. 9 points right now. All started with that 3-ball he knocked down over Xavier Cooks. He had his hands down. You can't do this. Xavier Cooks, you know DJ better than that. If he lets one hit the bottom of the net, he's going to have confidence and a swagger about him, and that's what happened.
DJ's the kind of guy, if he sees, if he makes a shot, he's taking the next 2 or 3. And that's the kind of player he is. He can get hot with anyone.
Just watching Xavier Cooks. After that 3 was hit by DJ, he put his hand up for a sub. Since he's come off and he's just going around the back of the bench. Whether he's been sick, doesn't look completely himself. Very rarely would you bring off the most important player that early. And also, Copes, I mentioned in the preseason, with Brian Gorge and think about implementing the platoon system that Coach Cow did in Kentucky. Well, we've got an entire bench unit on now, midway through the first quarter.
And it was curious that when he took Cooks off, he replaced him with Courtney rather than Oliver. Going smaller, challenging Adelaide with Humphreys and Montrezl Harrell out there. I like it. Proactive. I mean, that's why he's been so successful. 6 championships, 13 times in the grand final. Semi-finals, 22 of 24 years, Brian Gorgian. His silver jubilee in the NBL this season in season number 25. Just an outstanding contributor and success wherever he goes. Here's Vasiljevic, who fired on the bottom of the net. He's got a dozen.
He's on fire.
4-point lead for Adelaide. Little over 3 minutes out here from quarter time. Robertson, floater, whistle on the play. Foul's going to be called here on Isaac Humphreys. Going to be his first personal.
Unlucky there, Humphreys, but Cam Oliver went up for a lob that wasn't thrown. Humphreys hit him.
Here's Oliver firing the triple, and he knocks it down. First touch, and it's all the bottom of the net.
10 threes in 7 minutes. So we're looking at 43, 45 threes.
Well, they average 27 a game, or 37, I should say. Almost half their shots come from deep. Adelaide, as I say, the lowest at 23 a game. They live and die by the long ball, Sydney, at the moment.
They're on track to blow that out of the water here.
The funny thing is, all 5 of their players on the floor now can shoot the three.
Davis against Liafa. Beats Marshall. Good first step. Got beyond Robertson, who was then relieved him of possession. And Adelaide will restart with 11 on the shot clock.
Like to see Adelaide get Harrell going. And they run a little cross screen action, little flex action, get them little pick and roll. Let him see one get down, and there's a good hit from Kendrick Davis. Adelaide's offense is rolling now.
First points in the game for Davis. Montrez Harrell's had one shot. It was a three-point attempt. As Oliver hands over Robertson, feeling confident. Peels off another three.
He can stroke it.
Oh, yeah, he can stroke it.
He was a bit bemusing trying to figure out why he hadn't cracked into the rotation somehow. We know how incredibly deep they are, but got the chance against Brisbane and took full advantage of it. And now this is why we see the entire bench squad on the floor.
Kadee knew the shot was off straight away, got after the rebound, kept it alive. Lap Mayan gets a good look, but that's off the mark as well. Oliver puts a stop to it. So Adelaide 3 of 9 from deep. Sydney 5 of 11. Here's Liafa, who's none of 14 on the season in terms of the three ball.
Just hit one shot, one field goal the entire season. It's been a rough start for Liafa, and sometimes that can get into the shoulders up. You start getting between your ears because you know how much talent's on this team. And then you see Tyler Robertson go out there and take his advantage. You're just thinking, if I don't knock down shots, do I fall out of the rotation altogether? But their deflections on the defensive end will keep him on the floor.
Just out of sync at the offensive end at the moment, Adelaide. A lot of solo work as Marshall gets to the free throw line. He is fouled. Xavier Cook's about to rejoin us, along with Jalen Adams. Check back in, but that's 4 fouls on Sydney in this opening quarter. Adelaide just 1 so far. When you look at the other improvements from Adelaide so far this season compared with last year, they're averaging 9 points a game more. They've gone from second bottom to second best in terms of points production. And I mentioned their three-point shooting as well, from the lowest to the best. And at 49% this season, it is the highest in history. Can they maintain it for the whole season? Well, that's yet to be seen. The best record, Brisbane. 46% in the season in 1985, but admittedly that was before everyone went trapunta loco and decided that the three ball was going to be where we live and die by.
Can I get that translated?
Great game as we anticipated, though. Trust you're enjoying our coverage wherever you may be watching around Australia and beyond. It's the championship favourites in possession, down 2. Cooks just slipped on the floor. Kept it alive, though, and now the shot clock works to 5 for Jalen Adams, guarded by Starling, who's a good defender, and worried him out of the points. Starling works hard up the floor as well to get down low. Here's Kadee looking in his direction. NBL1 MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, an All-Star 5 here in Adelaide. Starling, that was deep. That was reminiscent of Felix Von Horn.
Yes, Case, yes!
Yes! At Clipsal when he was here.
Which one of these 7?
Wow.
Which one of the
all
7?
Of them.
All of them.
In fact, that was a bit closer than some of them.
Yes, Case!
Because you're a funny man.
I'm sure Felix is somewhere here in the house. Hopefully he's not listening.
That's why they had to move to here. There was no backboards left.
It's right on time, bro.
So just attending to the floor here. Reminder, the action continues, as we mentioned, tomorrow night. Hawks against Tasmania. Big game there. Both considered top 4 teams. Oliver and Kendrick Davis, not the best of friends at the moment, Coach.
Oh, I love this. Both just having a chat. We saw it last night. Rob Edwards versus Bryce Cotton. There's nothing more in it than just 2 competitors going head-to-head.
Kendrick Davis better wake up. Have you seen Oliver's size? You better wake up, son.
He's talking to Kendrick Davis, talking to Kelly LePepe on the bench. I love it, talking to everybody. Do not involve Kelly LePepe if you don't have to.
He's got a death wish.
There's Galloway spinning inside. Marshall takes them on. That's an excellent finish, a high-quality play.
That's an NBA play. Trust me.
The Amy replay here puts the spin move on, and then with a little bit of gelatin. Galloway's athleticism to hang in the air, take the bump. MJ back in the game. The 36 is going really small for this last 54 seconds. Detch playing the 4.
Yep. So inside the last minute, an opening quarter that has been quite a ride. Sydney out 8-zip. Adelaide back in front by as many as 4. Here's Montrezl Harrell feeding Cadee in the corner, and he splashes the triple.
Love that from Harrell. Hasn't scored yet in this game. He's unselfish, finds Cadee in the corner, puts his team up 2.
Cooks decides to fire the 3. That's off the mark. Montrezl Harrell keeps it alive, and now Adelaide come forward. Shot clock is going to be 3 seconds inside the game clock as we head toward quarter time. Davis guarded by Jalen Galloway. Now screen from Vasiljevic. Shot clock to red numbers. Davis against Adams. Found an opening. Can't convert. Loose ball. Montrezl Harrell kept it alive. He's shut down by Cooks, but he did it illegally. Foul call on Xavier Cooks. That's going to be his first personal free throws to come.
Didn't have to do it. Cooks. Montrezl Harrell hits that over an outstretched hand. With the clock winding down, you shake his hand and go to the bench. Have a look at this. Just had to stand there.
Definitely a foul. Got him on the arm.
Just looks a little flat, Xavier Cooks.
He does.
I am wondering if he has been sick.
My bold prediction was a triple-double, you see.
Well, if he was sick, you didn't know that.
All right, come on.
Montrezl Harrell, 65% from the free throw line this season. Hasn't been his strong suit. Gets their top 6 in the competition in terms of attempts. He's 15 of 23 coming into this game, but he's certainly been a great recruit for Adelaide. 16 a game. He's top 5 with 10 rebounds, top 5, a couple of blocks, 60% from the field.
First point of the game comes at the free throw line. He's got 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Most importantly, his team's going to go into the break with the lead. They hope.
Under 2 seconds left on the clock for the Kings here at the end of the quarter. Adelaide by 4. Oliver across the halfway line. Gets a good look. Can't convert. Quarter time arrives here, and after Sydney scored the first 8, it's Adelaide by 4 at quarter time. Adelaide 26, Sydney 22. More coming your way here in the Hungry Jacks NBL right after this. Great to have your company here in the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. It's round 4 of the Hungry Jacks NBL. And Adelaide, after giving up the first 8 points of the game, bounce back and hold a 4-point buffer at quarter time. 26-22, and with a possession arrow to get us underway here in the second.
Adelaide shot 8 free throws in that quarter, and Sydney only had 1. Mainly because Sydney take a lot of threes, Case. They get it up every time.
Here's Marshall aggressively, and again getting back to the free throw line for a chance at a 3-point play.
And this is a way you can exploit and go at a team that we talk about. They're going to use their physicality defensively. Is just put pressure on the rim. I can't really like this from Gorge. Gorge is saying, look, we need to be able to sit down and defend. You talked about the free throws. That's the pressure on the rim, Copes, that Adelaide's pressing all over Sydney right now. Right now it looks like the leash is pretty short for the Kings players. Gorge saying we're 11, 12 deep. You're not going to keep somebody in front of you. You can sit next to me.
That's a smart way to coach, because people start complaining about their minutes. But if you mess up, you come on over here and sit next to me. I got somebody who can do it the right way.
Game high 6-point advantage here for the Adelaide 36ers. Early term number 2. Galloway to Pepe. Got a good look. Started with a 3 and adds another to the tally.
It's got a beautiful
like
stroke from outside.
I like it.
Here's Davis, past Adams, and he finds Montrez Harrell rocking the rim.
Well, Kroll's not happy. Brian Gorgon isn't happy. They think that should be a foul down the other end. Good read from Nick Marshall.
Played in the second. Davis looked off Adams. Pass though, is off the mark.
See if the Sydney Kings can get maybe a Cooks roll in here.
Got Kings in possession, down 5. Adams picks up the dribble, needs help. Galloway for Cooks. Bounces into Marshall, has to defer. They swing it nicely. Found Bull Quall. There was contact on the shot, no whistle forthcoming, but now there is.
It's an unselfish decision by Cooks, but when you get Nick Marshall that low and you get to within the charge circle, he's got to go up and score that. Normally, that's his bread and butter. When he sees a little bit of a mismatch and he gets to his sweet spot.
You know who has the best job on that floor right now? It's Adams. Because the Pepe setting these screens for him.
Oh, that big screen.
And nobody can get around him. He can get open when he wants to.
Adams to Cooks. Hook shot wouldn't work. Kings 9 of 23 from the field at 39%. Getting it done. Here's Davis flashing the 3.
They're really flat right now. Sydney Kings, they came out on fire. Just not running back in defensive transition. Adelaide's just picking them apart.
8-point buffer for Adelaide. Almost 2 minutes played in the second. Here's Adams wheeling and dealing. Fires over Harrell's off the mark. Adams now 1 of 5 from the field. LePepe kept it alive, and he's keeping the Kings in the frame.
Seems to do everything right. Boxes out, goes to the glass, set screens, knock down threes.
Here's Davis. Took on Bull Quall and gets the finger roll finish as well. He's got 7 in the game.
Exactly what I'm talking about. They're going to pressure full court. Put your head down, make a strong move, and then try and get some heat on the rim. They've done that since the opening 8-0 run, and it's working.
Quall off the mark. LePepe fouled by DJ Vasiljevic. He is just monstering them down there. They're sending a double team. They can't contain him.
Got to get him off the glass. It's his energy and his effort. Here's the Amy replay. 3 ball from Kendrick Davis in the corner. And that defensive transition, and then down the other end. No one steps up. That's an easy 2.
What'd you say about the Pepe? You got to get him off the glass?
You can't.
You get him off. Let's all 3 of us try to get him off. He's a beast, man.
Adelaide by 8. 2.5 play, term number 2. This team's had a history of tight finishes. 4 of the last 5 played here have been decided by 7 or less. LePepe muscles into Humphries, who kept him at bay and shut him down eventually. Loose pass. Marshall did well to sidestep Galloway and now hands it up. Vasiljevic against Bull Quall. Puts it on the deck, takes him on. Oh, nice feed from close range. Starling misfires and will now be called for the foul.
32. Blue 32. Push. Whites.
That was an excellent dish from Vasiljevic. The penetration, beautiful.
Those are the ones you got to finish. You know, when you're playing the Sydney Kings, you're always going to make a run. It's going to be a close game. That's an easy 2 points gone begging.
And Coach, you made a good point earlier. I think the captaincy we've seen with DJ Vasiljevic has matured as a player.
Absolutely he has.
Gets that penetration now rather than settling for the jumper. Cooks talked out of the points there. Humphries took a knock to the head in his little second hand at the moment. Here's Vasiljevic for Davis. Attracted plenty of attention. Dances into the paint. Loose pass. Well done, Galloway.
But Galloway excels. Defensive transition.
Ukwal with it. Now Galloway to Adams. Against Humphries. Has to defer. Galloway fires from deep. That's off the mark. So 6 of 16 have taken more threes than twos in the game, the Sydney Kings. And they trail by 8 as Vasiljevic, stripped of the ball, gets after it, keeps it alive and is now bumped. And he doesn't like that from Pepe as well, and just threw the ball at him. Brian Gorgian wants timeout.
We good. Control the game though.
I got you.
Look at it here. Kelly Pepe saying that DJ threw the ball at him. He did too.
He did, yes. And Brian Gorgian is working Michael Aylen right in front of our commentary position at the moment. He's not happy with the way this is being called. 7 fouls on Sydney, 5 on Adelaide.
Thanks.
Shut him down. I'm not talking. Michael Anderson, I'm not talking to you. Go away.
Sean Bruce is having a few words to say about it as well.
Let's get to an interview pre-game with Kendrick Davis, and he spoke with Felix Bonhoff.
You're coming up against a former league MVP tonight. You're a young guy making waves in the pro game. Do you circle this one a little bit on the calendar, knowing what he's done and what you could do?
Nah, because I just control what I control. I don't really watch nobody else. I respect greatness. I mean, it's a hard league, so obviously what he done is incredible, but I don't go like, oh, I'm finna play this dude. I think that's how you get lost. So I just go out here, play to win, man, and we as a team try to get this win and try to make a playoff push. So that's pretty much it.
Been a great acquisition, hasn't he? When these teams played 3 weeks ago, he had 11 points a game high, 8 assists. He can get it done with scoring, as we saw with his 32 against Illawarra on Saturday. And he's been happy to distribute it as well, because he's averaging 7 assists to be 4th in the competition.
And that's what I was worried about from the beginning. I thought he was coming in and just looking for his shot, but he seems to be able to find DJ in the corner, and they're starting to find Isaac on the box as well. So if he can continue to play like that, he's a weapon, man.
Yeah, and he's still been good from deep himself. He's hit 10 threes at 40% and can get to the free throw line as well, 12 of 13 so far. So a good pickup.
Anthony Cooks has come out again. Played less. He's only played the 9 minutes, 2 points, 0 rebounds. Midway through.
Well, I might have jinxed him.
James has seen it out of the corner of his eye. Yeah. Technical foul. Technical foul for throwing the ball. Technical foul, blue 34.
So they are calling the T on Vasiljevic for throwing the ball. That's Kelly LePepe.
Well, we saw it, didn't we? Here it is again. So he got bumped out. The foul was called there.
Yes to you.
The ref said he saw it out the corner of his eye. Clearly threw it at him. I think just firing up Kelly LePepe could be punishment enough. There's plenty left in the game.
It's the wrong thing to do, man. He's already a beast, and you want to add fuel to the fire.
Antagonized that twice now. They've gone after him.
Nah. Simple.
Maybe not, but that's the rules.
So Adelaide by 7. Almost 4 minutes done here in the second. Davis surveying the options. Detch down low. Humphries double team arrived. They left Davis open. He fires. Couldn't get it over the front of the rim. Montrezl Harrell the rebound. Adelaide reset. They lob it in for Humphries, but it's knocked down. Well done, Courtney, to deny the passing lane. And now at the other end, he tries to finish. Couldn't do so. Humphries grabs the ball.
Well, you say a lob, Case. That wasn't a lob. That was just a direct pass. That's got to get up in the air. Isaac Humphries had the mismatch, was holding off Noy. You've got to throw that up. Same with that pass there from Humphries.
You know, Gordon's a smart coach, because Adelaide had won these last 2 games by getting Isaac involved. Now, as soon as Isaac touches the ball, they're going to double. If they take Isaac out the game, then they got a better chance of winning. That's a smart move by Gorge.
I don't think Adelaide have been at their best either, Copes. 8 turnovers already in the game. They average 14 a game, so that's way above where they should be here with less than 5 minutes played in the second. And again, Courtney just out-positioning Humphries to deny him position on the block. But they get the heat from outside. Vasiljevic has got 15, including 3 or 4 threes.
5 of 6 on the night. 4 rebounds as well. He's on track for a big performance.
Double-figure lead for Adelaide. Oliver misfires.
There's a lot of one-on-one play happening down this end for the Kings. No real sets being ran through, no screens being set other than an initial on-ball.
They look inside for Humphries once more. Did well to get the pass there. Takes them on, draws the foul chance at a 3-point play, and the Kings have got problems.
Case, you spoke about DJ being maturing. The old DJ would have came down and taken another shot after that 3. He got the ball to Isaac straight away to try to get him involved. And you're right, he has matured.
He's coming out here now, and after that 3 ball, he was grimacing and holding his lower back as well. Wants to sit down at the end of the bench. Right now, Brian Gorgian, the positive is he's got so much talent to choose from, but he's got to find a lineup that's going to work.
Humphries has been 50% from the free throw line this season, 6 of 12. And Adelaide leaving them out there at the moment, so overall 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Adelaide, Kings 2 of 2. Robertson puts it on the deck aggressively, takes them on the floater, can't connect with it. And Montrezl Harrell puts a stop to it. 21-12 is the rebound count. Adelaide on top there, Vasiljevic, and it knocked away by Galloway. Humphries couldn't get it to work.
That rebound count, Case, is they've got the 2 biggest guys out there, but it's not just the bigs. The guards are getting in there and getting rebounds as well as Bull Qual finally lets the Kings see the bottom of the net, and Mike Wells seen enough. It's enough to try and get some momentum going Sydney's way. He's called a timeout.
It's a timeout called, 4:11 on the clock. Kings close to within 9. Adelaide started this quarter leading by 4. It's been a seesawing affair, plenty of action, and living up to all expectation. Championship favourites against the team that's the hottest in the league.
That defense, all right, I like what you're doing with the offense, all right? Get into the handoff, get into the split game, middle pick and roll. We don't want to take a contested shot early, and we want to keep pushing the ball at them. Defense, everybody on the board. You did a great job on the post, keeping it out of there. You're plugging the floor better. Give more of a gap with the dribbler. These minutes, we get back into it. Get this back to 5 or 6. Gotta defend. Gotta defend. Here we go.
I'm sitting here looking at this lineup. Could you imagine the training sessions when they're going at it? The Pepe and Oliver and Cooks and Noy and Bull Qual. And these guys, because there's so much talent out there, their practice is probably better than some of the games.
Well, Gorge was preaching they need to play some defense and get this back to 5 or 6. He's got Liafra out there. He's got Galloway and Tui. Probably just missing Cooks and Qual, and that would be their death defensive lineup.
Well, they need to find some offense as well. They're 3 of 16 from the field in this quarter and 1 of 6 from deep. Liafra right there with Davis. Kings have 3 fouls in this quarter. Adelaide have already committed 4, so that might be an area for the Kings to exploit. Shot clock to single digits. Vasiljevic against Galloway. Can't convert. Humphries knocked down by Oliver, who comes up with the ball, got it from Tui. The big man, like a freight train coming at you up the floor. Wants to go on with it, dishes outside, Tui. And now Robertson against Isaac Humphries. Nothing on offer. Shot clock to 5. Tui can't deliver.
They miss a lot of open shots. If those shots are down, Sydney.
Loose scramble here, comes to Ditch, and now Vasiljevic for the 3.
Can't leave him open. But again, that comes from them taking advantage of having Humphries and Harrell on the floor at the same time. They're throwing it straight in, knowing a double team is coming. And then again, when I go back and watch this film, I'm going to see how many passes are in the front court during a Sydney offense in this last 3-minute period. There hasn't been many.
They're missing Jalen Adams at the moment. Felix has an update.
Yeah, it's not looking great for Jalen Adams. Some very, very heavy strapping around his lower back, but luckily there's a heat pack there, which usually suggests he's going to look to come back in the game.
Here's Davis, one on the shot clock, has to pull the trigger. Not surprisingly, came up empty.
Oh, here we go.
But the hustle is with Adelaide. Vasiljevic can't convert. Harrell, the O-board, takes them on. Now Humphries puts the finishing touches on, and the fans love it.
They just want it more. They are beating them up on the glass. All the extra energy possessions are going Adelaide's way.
Robertson, no reply for him. They're 7 of 21 from deep.
It's not a bad shot case. He can knock that down, but the way the game is going right now, they need to get through offensive sets, slow it down, set some screens, and get some shots late in the shot clock.
19-9 is the run here in this second quarter. Adelaide's way. Kings have got problems. Davis showing them some tricks. Adds another 2.
This is a bucket. Tell you what, Sydney are good enough to get back in this game, but they can't continue to play the way they're playing right now.
Shot from Oliver off the mark. Loose ball. Tui playing by himself. Gets the tip into work. They needed a bucket, and Tui gets it as Mike Wells calls timeout for Adelaide.
Thank goodness for Tui if you're the Kings right now, because that's just not a good shot. When Adelaide's got the momentum behind the crowd, the way they're playing, again, another one-pass, tough, contested shot. That's not going to get you back in this game.
Tangerine timeout called. 1:49 left on the clock here. Adelaide pressing on the half-century mark at the moment. They average 97 a game. But he's second best in the competition. And the offense is working nicely thanks to DJ Vasiljevic, who has 18 here, including 4 of 6 threes.
And Gordon wouldn't be happy with that. You can't have 18 points on the Sydney Kings the way they're meant to play defense in a half.
Not when you look at the scouting report. Everyone knows what DJ Vasiljevic is going to do, and you've just let him play his game. And it all came back to that first shot on Xavier Cooks, where, yes, it was deep, but you know Vasiljevic is a lights-out shooter. If you're going to defend an old teammate, an old friend that you know so well, with your hands by your knees, and he gets to rise up and see one hit the bottom of the net, this is what happens after. 18 in the first half.
Of course, the action continues tomorrow night. Illawarra hosting Tasmania, and the Phoenix against Brisbane in the battle for the two teams who are yet to win a game. And both Sydney and Adelaide in action on Sunday. The Kings hosting the Cairns, and Adelaide heading to Melbourne. Chris Goulding playing his 450th game in the NBL, second only to Jesse Wagstaff amongst current players. So that's going to be a big afternoon there as well.
I don't think at the level he's still playing at as well. What number he could tick off by the time he's done. But Sydney need to finish this minute and a half strong.
Davis, guarded by Liapa, uses lap Mayen. Picks up the dribble, needs help. Sunday Detch with it now. 90 seconds left from halftime. Detch fires off the mark. Robertson did a good job holding off lap Mayen and grabbing the rebound.
Robertson and Pepe have probably been the best two so far in this first half. But Pepe, his energy, his effort on the glass, and Robertson's been probably their more level-headed guard.
Liapi got it back to Cooks, who comes up with the goods. It's the second field goal of the game for Xavier Cooks, who came in averaging 22 a game. So the margin is 12 inside the last 60 seconds of an entertaining first half from the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Davis shakes Liapa. Now against Tui, works down to the baseline, forced into a tough shot, can't convert.
Got a 2-for-1 opportunity here, Sydney. They take advantage of these two. That's going to be an offensive foul on Bull Qual. That's his second.
1-0, offensive foul.
Just overzealous. Trying to set that pick on Kendrick Davis. Gorge is having a look at Gorge. I think Gorge thinks it was a bit of a flop. Oh, no, he continues to move there, Bull Qual. It's a good call.
So Bull Qual sits down.
I just doing my job, baby.
And as long as he learns from this, he'll be a better player for it. But you can't continue to handicap your team by making stupid fouls.
Montrezl Harrell harassed by Cook, shot clock to 10. Big man wants to take them on and gets the finish as well. Almost lost control of the ball, but found the target. He's got 6 in the game. Adelaide by 14. Kings slow it down here. Shot clock 3 seconds inside the game clock. Liapa exploring. Nothing on offer. Gives it to Cooks. Takes on Montrez. Harrell draws a foul. He's off to the free throw line. Harrell picks up his first personal.
Didn't look like there was a heap in that. Did not look like there was much in that at all. Mike Wells.
Got that hand.
Got the hand there. I think Mike Wells also looking at saying, look, Xavier Cooks, you can earn them from the free throw line.
Well, 65% free throw shooter.
That's Jalen Adams. That'll be a different story. I also just said, Coach, that hand is just enough.
Cooks to the stripe with 7 of 8 from the free throw line when these teams met 3 weeks ago. A big night, 19 points, 13 boards.
He's put the work in with his shot. You can see it already in NBL25. I know 65% might not sound great, but the way he's shooting the outside ball as well, he's stepped out and taken a couple of threes and knocked them down this season. But even his free throws there, he's shooting it with confidence.
Absolutely. Last year, they didn't look like free throws. They look a whole lot better now, so he's putting the work in, you're right.
Davis rushing to the hoop in the shadows of halftime. Harrell from outside. He's off the mark, but Adelaide go in at the break with a healthy advantage after they led by 4 at quarter time. Adelaide enjoys a 12-point lead here at the half. It's Adelaide 49, Sydney 37.
Big response from Adelaide, especially early in the first quarter. Down 8-0, no timeout called. They just responded through DJ Vasiljevic, and they will be stoked at halftime, but that's just 20 minutes. Big half to go.
23-15 in the second quarter. That was impressive from Adelaide at both ends of the floor. We'll get some reaction courtside in just a moment, and we'll go to DJ Vasiljevic with Felix.
DJ, 18 points in the first half. Massive for you. You're finding your looks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting good shots. I think we're moving the ball really well. I think we should still be up a bit more. I think we're giving up too many offensive rebounds and transition buckets.
You all but forced Sydney to fire away from the three-point line. Was there emphasis on keeping them out of the paint with the big bodies?
Hell no, they shoot 43s a game. Like, they're getting them up. That's their game plan. So it's just about contesting, but also, like, guarding your yard, not letting them get by you.
Perfect. Good luck in the second half, DJ. Big first half here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. It's the 36ers 49, the Kings 37.
Sydney Kings rule over the NBL.
It's obviously the 2 championships in Sydney you don't forget, because there's so much like former Sydney Kings playing elsewhere. You know, you play together and then you expand out and play in other places. Them having X and JA, and then you got me and we got Rel. Any matchup where you used to be teammates, like, it's feisty, so I look forward to it.
Vasiljevic, he's been shooting the ball beautifully.
Just going to Adelaide, I think now it's like the franchise is kind of giving you the keys to run the place, along with Isaac. And I look forward to it. It's like a different challenge in your life.
There you go, there's Isaac Humphries. That's what he can do really well.
Man, I've known Isaac now for nearly half my life, man. So it's like, it's good to like continue like our little chemistry that we've got and having him long term. I know he's very happy in Adelaide. We just got to keep building that chemistry, but off the court, man, like that's what I like to see Isaac. He's a great person.
Humphries, here is the go-to man. Puts it on the deck from close range, adds another 2.
Coming to Adelaide, they always pick us in the bottom half or, you know, second to last and whatnot. So we as players just got to keep moving forward and hopefully turn the franchise, instead of negative comments, into positive comments moving forward.
Vasiljevic getting the crowd pumped up.
Everyone in the city of Adelaide will take a bullet for me, and I will do the same for them. They care about me a lot and just so welcoming, make me feel wanted. I actually bought a house in Adelaide, so I think Adelaide will be home for a very, very long time.
Vasiljevic is really feeling it.
The Adelaide 36ers picking where they left off in round 3, led by DJ Vasiljevic. 18 points in the first half against his old mob. We mentioned pre-game there was bad blood and he was going to come out firing, and he did just that. The 36ers just pushing the Kings around at the moment.
They sure are, and they didn't start that way. We saw the 8-0 run from the Sydney Kings after that. And look, I think Brian Gordon's got a lot to work on in the second half in terms of who's fully fit. Xavier Cooks looks like he's been battling some sort of illness. He doesn't see himself. Jalen Adams, the lower back that you mentioned, Felix, as well. He's got plenty of different options to go with, but he's got to find a lineup that's going to work. Adelaide just took it to him, and they really put them to work in the first half.
Look, Sydney has to play some defense. You can't let DJ get 18 points and a half. Sydney are known for pushing the ball, but in order to win a championship, you got to lock someone down. And DJ, as at home, he feels comfortable. He's knocking down threes, but he's just not shooting threes. He's getting other guys involved. He's playing the real game.
Well, as we see on the Hungry Jacks highlight, DJ, he came out firing a massive first quarter and just added a little in that second term.
That was it right there. That's the shot that I was referring to in commentary. When you let DJ C1 hit the bottom of the net, Xavier Cooks knows better than that. You've got to get a hand and contest, because after that, he was just playing with a different level of confidence. And there's a handful of players in the league who can really fill it up when they get that swagger about them. He's certainly one of them. He came off that down screen there and knocked it down, nothing but net. That was a deep one. And when he's rolling, it's going to be hard to stop him.
Look, the 36ers are playing great offense, and look at the way his shot chart, the Blackmore shot chart. He's knocking down threes. He's getting to the basket. He's 6 for 9 from the field, 4 for 6 from the three-point line. Doing a good job.
The biggest thing about DJ, sometimes he can get carried away, take some bad shots. As you see from the efficiency there, he's staying within himself. He's shooting right shots.
And Kay said it. Kay said DJ's matured. 2 years ago, DJ would have came out and taken 10 more shots or bad shots or trying to rush it. Now he's getting his teammates involved. He looks like a captain now.
Well, he also understands they're having a big advantage on the glass and in the interior with Humphries and Harrell. So that's why he's not forcing it, knowing that every time they've thrown it in, there's been a double team. And what happens when there's a double team? Someone's open. For some reason, they keep letting DJ let fly.
Well, when someone's open, Kendrick Davis, another guy, of course, he had a massive round 3, picking up where he left off. The quartet at the top end for these Adelaide 36ers is almost unstoppable when they're firing.
Again, the poise we saw from him in the first half was terrific. 9 3-3, hasn't forced anything. He's right now understanding the game a step ahead of everybody else. And that's what you want from your import point guard. He is just picking them apart, sees the hard heads, and then just puts the jets on. And what I love is he actually looks like Cokes. He's a pass-first mentality right now. He's saying, look, I'm trying to get everyone else their shots, but if you don't stop in front of me, I'm going to score the ball.
And more importantly, as a team, they got the Sydney Kings shooting 31% from the field. If you can hold the Sydney Kings with all that talent to 31%, you're probably going to be up at halftime.
Well, the team that the 36ers bested last week, the Illawarra Hawks, they're in action tomorrow against last year's champions, the Tasmania Jack Jumpers. This one is set to be a cracker as well.
Can't wait for this one. Can Tasmania put up over 100 is what Damon Lowry said this morning, because they're going to have to do that to try and beat Illawarra. I'm not sure if they can, but I think they can play good enough defense to get it done.
And following that, Southeast Melbourne in the Nathan Sobey Cup against the Brisbane Bullets, 8 p.m. at John Cain Arena. Hey, it's 2 winless teams, but we'll all be tuning in.
Somebody has to win that. Billis, where'd you get that from?
He stole that from me. What? Well, it's a 12-point lead to the 36ers. The Sydney Kings, a lot of soul searching at halftime, but still with some superstars to get into this game.
This is your second ever Adelaide 36ers game, is that correct?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm assuming that last game was the first game you came to, is that right?
Yeah.
Maybe you did good luck charm. 1 from 1 at the moment, let's make it 2 from 2. But we want to see how good you are in 36 seconds. I'm going to name a category. You need to list as many things as possible in relation to that category as possible, and then we will see how DJ Vasiljevic went. Are you ready to go? You have 36 seconds to name as many trades as possible. Taylor, go!
Plumber, electrician, tiler, roofer, landscaping.
It's 5. Help her out, please. 6.
Carpenter.
7.
Ricky.
Long 36 seconds. 8.
Clean.
No, we're still going.
Mechanic.
You're just checking this out. Keep going. You don't have long to go. You've got 10 at the moment. 1. Thank you. Thank you for that. Taylor, I feel you're going to beat DJ Vasiljevic, and I hope so. So let's find out.
Carpenter, electrician, plasterer, water mechanic, plumber, bricklayer, builder, engineer, landscaper, floor and tile person, glazer, welder, cooking house, baker house, engineer, other engineer. Bricklayer.
Here in the Hungry Jacks at NBL halftime, and the Adelaide 36ers enjoying a 12-point buffer. Some concern around the health of Jalen Adams and also Xavier Cooks as well. So they've got their hands full here, Sydney, and they've only won one second half this season. They've just been restricted to their lowest scoring second quarter of the season. You see Jalen Adams getting some more treatment there, a heat pack being applied. That's not a good sign.
He's not going to start this third quarter either. Tyler Robinson's got the start, so I very highly doubt we're going to see Jalen Adams again in this game unless he starts to feel really good. But I know a heat pack does its job, Coach, but if you're not warm by now, we're not going to get too warm.
Their number one thing they have to do right now is shut DJ down. Yes, the other guys are getting involved, but DJ's the guy that's killing them right now.
Davis quickly up the floor, led to the cage. He's now into double figures with 11.
I almost thought we could get close to a timeout there from Gorge. A turnover leading to an offense, and another turnover here. And I tell you what, Cooks has just come up sore on that. He might have just gone from knee to knee, but Adelaide scores here. This place is going to erupt.
Davis On for a screen from Humphries and now rolls it down low. Single coverage against Cooks. Humphries turning one way back to the baseline, worried out of the points. Well done, Leo Pepe. Come up with a loose ball. Robertson for Tui. Detch ahead of him. Back to Robertson. Free ball not working. They hit their first 3, Sydney, and they're 4 of 20 since then. It's taken exactly half their shot attempts from deep, Sydney. This is Davis back to Montrezl Harrell. He goes to work against Cooks. Rattled out of the rim and jumped out. Cooks working in the Pepe direction. Hand it to him. Ball knocked down out of court. Sydney will restart.
Go back and look at this game. Just some of the empty possessions from the Kings where, you know, no pass offense, one pass offense. And yes, they're going to play fast. They've shown that in the preseason. They've shown it through their first 4 games. They're going to play quick. They're trying to try and get as many shots up as possible. But what are the high percentage shots? That's one of them.
Oh, Tui with the excellent finish. Out of nowhere, throws it down on Adelaide.
Dunk. Tui.
He's got length.
And size, yeah.
Ball's gone to DJ now.
Humphries gets it from Davis. Single digits on the shot clock. Wanted Detch, not on offer. Put it on the deck himself and adds to his tally. He's now got 8 to go with 6 boards.
And you get that if you're Isaac Humphries because of the way Bull Cole's having to guard DJ. Being super physical off the ball, you know that he's going to have to try and lock and trail, and you can put the ball on the floor. It's Kelly Pepe. What position is he?
Whatever position he wants to be. Kidding me, what kind of question is that?
You tell us, Kelly.
Is Davis harassed by Cooks and harassed into error. Turnover number 9 for Adelaide. Lepepe for Robertson, who's ready to go. And it tumbles. Robertson comes up with his second triple.
He's a pure shooter, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And again, he can do a little bit of everything, to be perfectly honest. Outstanding college career. Got a chance to play in the Summer League, Las Vegas as well.
Just Davis exploring down to the baseline. Nothing on offer. Picks up the dribble for Humphries and gets it back. Works inside Cooks. Baseline shot off the mark. Kings will live with that. The pass of Robertson off the mark. Davis has got Humphries in support. Doesn't need him.
Can't hurt.
They're going to close that out.
Yes.
Is Robertson sharing it with Cooks. Loose pass. Humphries got a hand in the passing lane and the big man's going coast to coast with some razzle-dazzle.
He enjoyed that, didn't he?
Sure did. Again, yeah, something is not right with Xavier Cooks because the amount of freedom and space he's had in that position right there where he normally puts the ball on the floor, a spin move, a finish, and he can't get any of them.
Eventually gets it done there, and the third attempt draws a foul.
He's going to come out of this game, Case, but here's the Amy replay. The turnover, Kendrick Davis, there's no closeout. He'll take that 3 all day, every day, and this just lazy cross-court pass, and Humphries out on the break. How's 7 foot with the footwork?
Razzle-dazzle in that thing, huh? And he let the crowd know about it, didn't he?
He's a changed man from those first 2 games that we saw when he couldn't get involved in the offense. He's found his confidence, and now he's happy with a little bit of everything.
And it's not like they've rolled the ball to him and said, here's the ball, go and get a bucket. They've just looked for him when he's doing the work off the ball. Getting to the dunker spot, pick and rolls. He's doing all of that, and they're rewarding him.
Bull Quall is riding DJ like a cheap suit.
Picks up the foul, going to be his 3rd personal. First on the Kings in this quarter.
Wouldn't know about that, Coach. Not in men's club.
Oh, no, sorry. I was referring to Felix.
Mellowatch checks in for the first time. Bull Quall with 3 fouls will go to the bench.
We don't have a secondary ball here. Very confident with my ball prediction too, Copes.
That was 5 fouls for Bull Quall, was it?
That he would foul out.
He would?
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't. Okay.
I'm in trouble, I think.
Here's Humphries from close range. He's now got an even dozen.
They're just picking them apart on that end. This is not the defensive identity we've seen from the Kings.
Robertson, tough shot. Pepe couldn't get the finish initially. Now he hits the deck and the foul's going to be called.
Kendrick Davis is demanding a challenge from the bench. I'm not sure if he had the view of it. It's called on Isaac Humphries. Let's have another look at it here. Kelly spilled the mismatch, the putback. Oh, yeah, that's it. Little push up from Kelly.
Little.
Portnoy, catch and shoot off the inbound play, knocks it down.
And that's what he does, and that's what they're missing. They got to knock down some threes, but they got to play some defense on the other end as well, though.
Yeah, Adelaide don't want to take their foot off the gas because just because Cooks looks underdone, Adams seems to be out for the rest of this game.
Excellent finish. Montrezl Harrell gets the two and he goes to the fans and says, how about some love?
Well, I'm not a lip reader case, but I tell you what he said. He said it's about time with some language we'll reserve for later in the night. I think that's about the foul. He's been barking at Michael Allen all night long. Wants a foul.
Now they're bringing somebody in that can bang with him.
It's been the same move every single time. When he catches it on that block, he faces up, does a couple of dribbles, falling away. He's got really good touch when he comes across the keyway like that.
Third personal on Lepepe as well, as Mayan checks in for Isaac Humphries. Humphries with 12, including 6 in this quarter, out of the 13 Adelaide has scored. Montrezl Harrell, 8.7 boards at the moment. That's well short. Oliver got a piece of it, and Sydney come up with possession. Down 13, middle stages of the third. Portnoy flanking on. Matt Mayan spinning to the right hand. Couldn't get the finish. Kadee pushing the tempo for Adelaide. Now Vasiljevic. Working on Galloway. Nothing on offer. Kadee shares it with Detch. Red numbers on the shot clock. Harrell against Oliver, who reaches in and will be called for the foul. Going to be his second personal. Free throws to come.
So I think they're going to chat about whether this is shooting or what's on the rip. So it's going to be the baseline ball. Let's have a look at this.
Yep, all day long.
And then, now it looks like it's in the shooting motion, right? But NBA were quick to introduce that rip motion where you've got the hand in there. I don't count that as the shooting motion. Not too many guys naturally shoot with that big wind-up, which is why...
Does that mean you can't and get a foul?
Well, I think if the foul comes later, and there's a foul for DJ Vasiljevic, gets the 2 and 1 opportunity. If the foul's later in that motion case, I think it can become 2, but Michael and the refs got together and said, I've got it on the initial swing through.
Fourth team foul on Sydney in this quarter. Still 5 minutes to play, so they've got problems in that area as well. Already Adelaide has taken 11 free throws to 5, but they've missed 5 of them. Vasiljevic looks to add to his tally. Another 20-point-plus game for the captain. 5 minutes played, term number 3. 16 the spread. We started this quarter with a 12-point buffer. They've got all the answers at the offensive end at the moment. Adelaide are making it tough for Sydney as Portnoy comes up empty.
Another one-pass empty possession. Sydney was going back and just charting how many no-pass offenses and one-pass offenses. And I sound like a broken record, but that's why they're facing a 16-point deficit.
Here's Kadee under pressure, and it comes to Liafa. Looks for Malawatch, kicks outside. Portnoy, same spot. Caught it deep. Malawatch gets after it, keeps it alive. High percentage finisher when he gets a chance, and there's a perfect evidence of it for his first score.
Yeah, he's tough.
Averages 3 points a game in 9 minutes. He really is deserving of more. He can score. Just finding time for him as Davis uses Harrell. Shot clock, single numbers. Vasiljevic guarded by Liafa. You can't contain him at the moment. He's 7 of 10 from the field. Forced him into a tough shot there. Malwatch pulls up. Uses Sean Bruce is onto the floor for the first time tonight against one of his former teams. Here's Oliver bouncing into the paint, coming up with a finish. That's his first score since quarter time, and the margin sliced to 12.
So big and strong and skillful when he gets that ball, can stroke the three, but he uses his body well to get to that basket.
Tangerine timeout called, 3:38 left on the clock here. A big crowd in the house for Adelaide, who head to Melbourne for an appointment on Sunday, and for the Kings hosting the Cairns Taipans, who are feeling, after losing to Perth last night, like they need a win. It's going to be a tough assignment. Two desperate teams, particularly if they've got problems in terms of injury concerns for Cooks and or Adams.
No doubt. And Adam Ford in the press conference, he didn't care about who wasn't on the floor. He said they shot themselves in the foot. And you know, when you've got a young, hungry team that's coached by Adam Ford, they're going to accept nothing less than 110% effort and energy. And you're right, if the Kings lose this game and they've got some guys underdone, we'll set up for some fireworks.
As we mentioned in the pre-game as well, for the Perth Wildcats, to go from Perth to Tassie to Cairns, back home, there's 10,000 Ks. And they're going to New Zealand next weekend. There's another 10,000 Ks. I read LeBron James saying a 2,800 kilometre private jet for one game in Milwaukee was too much. He's not tough enough to play in the NBL if that's the case, I think, LeBron.
It's a lot of travel, but the bright side of that for the Perth Wildcats, you get out of the way early.
But you never hear them complain about their travel, though.
No,
They just
full
get the
credit
job
to
done.
them.
Yes.
Without a doubt. Full credit to Jim Reilly and his team, undermanned and getting it done up in Cairns, and they needed to. They were staring down the barrel of their worst start to a season in 20 years. Shot clock to 6. Vasiljevic fills it up again. He's hit 5 threes and has a game-high 24.
He's on fire.
Just shook Liafa out of his boots to create some space.
Putting together some sort of season as Oliver spins on Harold down low and comes up with a finish. They need a whole lot more of that.
He's been very good. 7 points. He's just played the 10.5 minutes.
Montrezl Harrell with it, hands over Vasiljevic. Working into a trap, was triple teamed there. They want to get it out of his hands. He's got it back. Can't convert.
Sometimes when you're looking for a heat check case, you kind of want a tough shot.
Liafa with a trap break. Couldn't get it there. Well done, Courtney, to keep that alive. Shot clock to 10. Oliver. Hands over. Watch, pulls up, fires, yes.
This is what Adelaide have to be careful of. Normally any other team, when they get this deep in their bench, not that they've waved the white flag, but you'd be pretty confident about where things are at. You can't do that with Sydney. Malawat, Sean Bruce, these guys, Liafa, they're trying to crack more meaningful minutes in the rotation, and these games can help do that.
Davis, shot clock at 5, behind the back against Oliver, creative. Vasiljevic, the danger man, is deep. So the Kings bench unit getting it done here at the moment. They've closed to within 11 after they were down by as many as 16 in this quarter. A score here. The fans will start to think about what's happening. Oliver gets it done. He's up to 9 in the game, including 6 in this term.
And he's automatic. He gets that ball anywhere around the basket, it's going in.
Really good touch. That's a tough jump shot. One of the toughest shots in the game, a jump shot that close.
Here's Davis. Malawat works the ball. That man fires off the mark. Well, it's just dried up Adelaide for the moment. And the fans a little pensive here. Out of control. Liafa needs help here. He may have travelled under pressure. Sydney turn it over for the 8th time. They had 5 turnovers in this quarter, which is not helping their cause as Humphries checks back in. On with Nick Marshall. 1:15 on the clock. Margin at 9. Joined us late. Sydney scored the first 8 points of the game, as they did when these teams played 3 weeks ago. Able to get across the line on that occasion, coming from 5 down at 3/4 time. So plenty to play out as Detch takes them on. Worried out of the points by Portnoy. Bruce goes down off the ball. Here's Isaiah Liafa.
Often I see Sean Bruce a little earlier in this game. When you're trying to spark something, you know he likes to get under the opponent's skin. You can feed off that energy if you're a Sydney Kings player.
Oliver, double team, releases the ball. Bruce goes back in that direction. 5 on the shot clock. That is tough. Adelaide will live with that. And Davis now has Kadee working hard for him. Humphries joins in, likewise Marshall. Active hands there from Courtnoy. Worked it out off via Davis. Sydney get possession here with 27 seconds to play. They'll get Tui back into the game. Brian Gorgian wants Robertson involved as well. So the shot clock, 3 seconds inside the game clock. Kings mounting a challenge here. And things haven't been going their way. An injured Jalen Adams, and off colour.
Oh. Here's Oliver.
He's been the go-to man in the third, gets it done, draws a foul.
And he lets the crowd know about it.
Said I'm tough. Absolutely he is. Look at this finish through contact, and well about Tyler Robertson to find him, because Tyler Robertson was getting hounded by Sunday Detch, and that is a really tough finish through contact. Sydney Kings just hang around.
Adelaide's been restricted to just one field goal in the last 5 minutes. A 16-point lead has evaporated. And making the extra, it's now a 6-point game. And Oliver is up to 12, including 9 in this quarter. (25-19) is the run in the third for the Sydney Kings. Good fight back here, deep in the third, as Adelaide look for the last play of the term. Davis against Malawatch, picks up the dribble, steps beyond him. That was pretty to watch. Couldn't get the finish though. And Adelaide come up empty again. And with 1 quarter to play, Adelaide holds a 6-point lead. It's Adelaide 68, Sydney 62. Big last quarter coming your way right after this.
Boys, it is very easy. You've got the hammers here in front of you. It is the person who hammers in the nails the quickest before the players basically come back on the court. So good luck. Hold on to your hammers, please, boys. It's very easy. We are celebrating here thanks to Toolkit Tempo. Good luck. Toby, Des, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Man, this is real training style here, and it's over. Stop. It's over. We thought that was going to go for 2 minutes. It went for 7 seconds. So give it up for Toby. And he's going to come to my house and do some handyman work as well. Boys, we'll hook you up with vouchers. 500 going your way. 100. Thank you very much to Toolkit Tempo. Sold out crowd tonight. We are so grateful for your support. Let's sing along and let's get into this last quarter at the Entertainment Centre. Reach out, touching me.
Thanks for sharing your Friday night with us here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Isaac Humphries there putting on a nice show for another near sellout crowd here in Adelaide. But in the last 5 minutes of the third term, Adelaide went ice cold at the offensive end. Sydney outscored them 13 points to 3, and a 16-point lead has been reduced to just 6 here with a quarter to play. Adelaide with the possession arrow. When these teams played 3 weeks ago, it was Adelaide by 5 at 3-quarter time, but Sydney won, and here come the Kings.
Well, it's been bench players. But Cam Oliver's got blood on his shorts. He's going to have to change them. He has been a main reason for the Kings coming back in this game. It's been Cam Oliver offensively. Malawatch has been very good with his energy, and then Tyler Robertson's holding it down in the point guard position with no Jalen Adams.
So Adelaide looking a little nervous here. Let's get to Felix.
Well, if you can't get a shot of the bench right now, but poor Jacob Spurgeon, the young fella's had to take his shorts off and give them to the veteran in Cam Oliver.
Well, Robertson's got it for the Kings here in Adelaide. Have lost their way. Cooks outside. Malawatch. Yes, the Sydney Kings are back to within one. This is as close as they have been since the opening quarter.
Said in the third quarter, anytime an opposition team gets this deep in their bench, you'd be feeling good about yourself if you're Adelaide, but not this Sydney Kings team. Malawatch, Robertson, even Liafa, these guys are desperate for extended opportunity. They've got that now because some of the main guys haven't performed. They're taking every single moment.
Adelaide turn it over again. That's 14 in that category. Twice as many as Sydney, just looking after the ball a little better. Minute played here in this last quarter. And the Sydney Kings have come from 16 down halfway through the third and getting it done. Liafa, Lepepe, here's Cooks. Malawatch puts it on the deck. Tough shot. Can't get it done, and Humphries puts a stop to it.
Just no panic by the Sydney Kings, though. I mean, for them to be down that many, yeah, they went into halftime, had that chat, came out the third quarter and just playing like real pros.
Adelaide toss it away again. This time Harrell with a miscue. Malawatch inside Sunday dead. Shut down by Humphries. Big defensive play. Almost 2 minutes played here in the fourth. Adelaide yet to score since the break. Davis with it. Montrezl Harrell, guarded by Lepepe, playing with 3 fouls. Now the double team. Needs a passing lane, finds Marshall off the window, and Marshall comes up with a finish.
Good movement there from Nick Marshall. Waited for the double team. Drawn towards Harrell.
Foul called on Marshall. Going to be his second personal.
Cooks asked to come out. So something's not right with him.
Well, this has been a terrific fight back from the Sydney Kings. Cam Oliver keen to get back into the game, but Brian Goorjian just tells him to cool his jets. Here's Courtney. That's off the mark. Lepepe kept it alive and then stepped on the baseline. He is so hard to guard. Strong body.
Adelaide assistants just got told, stop jumping out of their seats. Wells just doubled down on it.
So 2.5 minutes played in the final quarter here. Adelaide enjoyed a double-figure lead in the second and third quarters, but it is game on at the moment. Davis looking to find a way past, unable to do so. Detch fires, he's overdue, that's well short. He's now 1 of 5 from the field Sunday, Detch. And the Kings with a chance to draw level. Kelly Lepepe, Noy, Robertson. Hands over to Liafa. Gun-shy Liafa given his shooting woes. Finds a passing lane. And he had it spent before he controlled it there full qual and turned it into a turnover. Now Cam Oliver's checking in.
It's taking a while to get Cam Oliver back in this game.
And he's asked about 3 or 4 times. Gorgeous. Slowly pushed him back. Now look at the beef inside. Cam Oliver and Lepepe.
Cam Oliver went to Gorge. He said no, so he worked on Billy Tomlinson, who shook his head, and then he went to Daniel Kickett and eventually got himself back into the game.
Oh, he's been their main reason. Great pass there from Kadee to Humphries. They're the lob passes that they needed in the second and third quarters. They've had mismatches and then just haven't exploited them. You want to throw it up. Sean Bruce gets ready to check in, so Gorge right now is just trusting the depth of his team. He's bringing full qual out.
First personal foul on Kendrick Davis. Second team foul on Adelaide in this quarter. 13-12 overall is the foul count. Sydney with the most as Mayan checks in for Isaac Humphries.
Never seen so many subs in my life.
Shot from Robertson off the mark. Mayan wrestling with Lepepe. They work it to the advantage of Kendrick Davis. The Davis, just 5 points since half-time, coming off a season high of 32 last week. He's been able to get going. Here's Montrezl Harrell spinning on Cam Oliver. Got him in the air. That's a tough finish. There was contact no whistle.
Absolutely, there was contact, Case. He put his hands in the air. That should be an M1 opportunity.
Oliver kicks it alive. It's a back from Robertson. Shot clock to 10. Robertson, the go-to man, is off the mark.
This is where, if you're Brian Goorjian, coaches get into this decision time. This is the 5 that's got you back in this game. And had it back within 2-3 points. Do you run with it, or do you go back and try and bring the starters back in to finish out the game?
Well, the problem is Adams is out, Cooks is out, so really you're going with your
bench players getting it done, and here's Oliver and Montrezl Harrell. Neither of them's going to let go of this.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it, don't you?
Do they take half each?
The referees don't know what to do here.
Oh, I love it.
Well, Montrezl Harrell's been outstanding here in Adelaide. 16 points, 10 boards on average. Top 5 with block shots as well. All sorts of energy. Big fan favourite. Will he be here when Jarrell Martin is back from injury, which we are told could be as quickly as the next home game against Tasmania here on Sunday week?
We asked Case, we asked Mike Wells in the pre-game, and he gave us donuts.
He didn't budge, did he?
He didn't give us anything.
He's very good at answering questions without giving you any information.
Well, most coaches are. Most coaches are like that.
I think he'll be here.
Well, certainly the fans will be happy. I think NBL fans will be happy if Montrezl Harrell's around a little longer than first anticipated. Shot clock to red numbers here for Sydney. Sean Bruce decides to fire. Caught it a little deep, came to Malawatch, and now Robertson throwing up the 3, and the Kings are back to within 4.
It's been great, Tyler Robertson. He's 3 of 10 from the field, all threes that he's made. 3 of 7 from deep. He's got 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and he's 9 points.
Harrell looks for Starling from close range. Worried out of the points by big Cam Oliver.
Surprised if Isaac Humphries gets in this game soon. Try and close this one out.
Inside the last 5 minutes, Kings digging deep here. Lepepe against Starling. Tried to pull the chair. Lepepe went back and then short-armed it from close range.
12th rebound.
Kings have used 12 players tonight. All 12 have taken a 3.
Wow.
That's the game we live in at the moment. Here's Davis rushing to the hoop. Couldn't get it done. Harrell will get the finishing touches. He's got 12 to go with 12 boards. A little over 4 minutes out. Adelaide by 6, which is where we started this quarter. Sean Bruce, lob pass, and it's cut out by Harrell. He shook his head. Not on my watch, says Montrezl Harrell. Vasiljevic in traffic. Took a couple of them on and gets it done. Brian Goorjian needs timeout. Vasiljevic has got a game-high 26. Adelaide by 8, and the fans rise.
Montrezl Harrell with Josh Rochelli in the front row. He's loving it. The timeouts began, and Montrezl Harrell is still in the front row.
78-70, 3:52 to play. More in a moment.
36 and family, thank you very much to our very good friends at Mitsubishi Motors. We want to see the best swing celebration. I see very on tonight for DJ. Again, let's see yours. The JJs as they come together. Let's just fall together. Let's get loud for your team and bring it home. Come on, Adelaide.
9,466 in the house. It's another massive night here in Adelaide. And they lead by 8, less than 4 minutes to play.
And they brought Cooks back for this last 3 minutes and 49 seconds.
8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Cooks. 1 steal, 1 block.
And here is Cooks on cue. This time it's Humphries who rejects him.
Isaac said, no, sir.
Fourth block of the game for Isaac Humphries. Kings have 2 as a team. And they found something late when they were challenged. Kings back to within 1. Adelaide with a chance, but here's Malawat. She can use Oliver for the finishing touches. He's up to 14 points in the game.
Just hanging around. Still some life left in these Sydney Kings.
They need to be really smart here and make sure they get a good shot every time down the floor. Don't force up anything.
Vasiljevic. Shot clock. Rolls to 5 against Robertson. Likes his chances. That's deep. Couldn't get it to go. He's 5 of 12 from long range. 26 in the game to lead all scorers at the other end. Here's Oliver for the triple. It's off the mark as well. Malawat can only succeed in knocking it down out of bounds, and Adelaide will get possession. Looking for their 7th consecutive win at home, Adelaide. Bracketed across last season and the start of this season. Hasn't been at that number since 2018. And that was the last time Adelaide were in the playoffs when they went all the way to the grand final. This is Davis, yes! That makes it hard. Margin out to 9, 2:20 to play.
So tough, so poised, Kendrick Davis.
Oliver against Humphries. Shot clock at 10. Muscles his way in a little closer, and Oliver now with 16.
Just so strong down low. Not much you can do about that.
Had 3 at halftime, Cam Oliver. And 16 points in 19 minutes. It's been a good return when he's been on the floor. First team foul on Sydney in this quarter. It's called on Malawat.
I wouldn't be unhappy where you're Malawat or Robertson, Sean Bruce, you got fouls to spare. They want to win this game. It's likely to come back to some free throws and fouling late. So I'll be picking up another quick 2 here just to get some more team fouls on the board.
Humphries against Cooks. Well to retrieve that. Davis kicks outside. Vasiljevic did a good job. Wants to take Robertson on, who fouls him. And Vasiljevic is off to the free throw line, where he is 3 of 4 so far tonight.
Before the shot.
Before the shot.
It's right call, I thought. Contact came before DJ went into his shooting motion, so it's baseline out of bounds.
Interestingly, both teams have taken just 2 free throws since half-time. Haven't been able to get to the stripe. But up 7, 1:47 to play, and with possession, Adelaide has their destiny in their own hands. Vasiljevic guarded by Robertson. Shot clock to single numbers. Here's Montrezl Harrell on Cam Oliver. Tough shot. He gets it done, and with a shimmy at the end.
He's gone to the same move every time, and it's worked every single time.
And what Montrezl Harrell's been able to do, he gets into his shooting motion before the defender is there. He's making a play, and I think it's just first step is being good, high IQ, and that's why he gets those fouls. Or sometimes doesn't get the foul called. Robertson for Bruce. Quick release 3. Looks good, is good. Kings not done with yet. They're back to within 6.
Never count these boys out.
Still got the 2 team fouls, so 1 or 2 here isn't the worst thing. It's going to come to a free throws.
You're going to stop here. You're still okay. You're only down 2 baskets here.
Davis, Vasiljevic. Inside, Harrell! With the exclamation point, draws a foul. He monsters the Kings and gets to the fans and says, how do you like that?
That's what he's here for. They don't want him to go anywhere, Case.
Longer the better.
Have a look at this. The runway's clear. White Harrell coming at you. He is an entertainer, Copes.
He knows it too, and the fans know it. Tell you what, if Adelaide don't hold on to him, somebody else will be trying to get him, that's for sure.
Well, Kings knocked it off the cylinder, but out of court, so Adelaide will get possession.
16 of 13 for Harold. He has been an absolute monster. Saw Jalen Adams there.
Reviewing first. Review the out of bounds, so that's what we're doing right now.
You're reviewing it?
Yes.
So I want to wait to see what happens with the review then, or it's my ball, right?
Yes.
If it's my ball,
once we get it, I'll let you know.
Well, Jalen Adams restricted to just 13 minutes tonight.
The back right in the warm-ups either. But you thought he might have just been a little stiff. It was clearly hampered by that lower back. So they're reviewing this under the 2 minutes. You don't have to worry about a challenge. It'll get automatically reviewed if it's a line ball. That's Cam Oliver's hand there. Unless...
So it's off Oliver. Adelaide to restart here. 1:15 to play. Vasiljevic has to retreat to Humphries. Guarded by Cooks and now puts it on the deck. Back to Vasiljevic and provided a good screen. Front and back of the rim jumped out. So a chance for Sydney. Need points in a hurry. Sean Bruce aware of that. Ooh. Adelaide with fouls to give. Robertson, Cooks. Unlikely conveyance from deep. Robertson is more likely, can't convert. And the offensive rebound and the putback fouled in the process. Watch Malawatch is off to the free throw line.
Just 2 players in double figures for the Kings. Pepe has 10 points. Cam Oliver has 16.
McQuat, second line.
And they're just trying to clean some blood off Cam Oliver's shorts and trying to do it in a sneaky way. And Michael Allen has seen it. That's what happens when you're one of the biggest guys on the floor and you try and hide in the corner.
As he walks away.
he's trying to hold his hand.
Cam walks away. Cam, turn around.
So Cam Oliver's just turning around saying, I'm not the one bleeding though. But in those situations, I know they've already used Spurgeon's shorts, but anyone else on the bench, instead of trying to rub it off, just quickly trying to exchange it in the corner.
They're probably too small, but
they are too small.
Chase. No burgers.
Well, Malawatch just teasing the Adelaide fans with less than a minute to play. Up 7, 36ers in a strong position. Davis. Now DJ Vasiljevic. With 26, he leads all scorers, but only 2 in this term. Here's Harrell against Cooks. Kings with a foul to give. Harrell waves the support away. He wants to get down low in isolation here. Against Cooks, fires over the top, can't get it done. Well, kept alive, Kadee. Offensive rebound. And number 12 for Adelaide. 44 overall to 38 from the Kings. Adelaide will win the rebound count for the 4th straight game.
They've changed Cam Oliver's shorts and they've spray painted some on and he's come back on to finish out the game. They are tiny.
Oh, okay. You guys are sitting here looking at his shorts. Oh, man.
Just fixing the game clock, guys.
They're just adjusting the time clock here. This has been quite a contest. Sydney closing to within 1 point in the first minute of this quarter.
Game delay, one shot.
So they've already had a game delay warning.
In the last 2 minutes, he broke the line. It's one shot.
Tyler Robertson called for the infringement. Davis to the free throw line for the first time in the game.
Might have been a little tongue-in-cheek too with, I don't know if it was Kadee or Robertson saying I'm allowed to move a metre, right? Remember what happened last week?
Humphries. Harrell takes on Oliver. Tough shot. Couldn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound and makes it fit. 18 for Harrell. Only Vasiljevic with 26 has more. Adelaide by 9. Robertson knocked down, taking the shot. All sorts of carnage under the bucket. 3 Kings players are down. Free throws to come. Robertson was on the bottom of the pylon.
He's got a little shove in the back there from Harrell, then hit from Humphreys, and then the Kings get all pretzeled. Hopefully they're all right.
Heavy contact for Robertson. Some friendly fire.
We're getting a challenge here from Mike Wells, and you could see on that angle that we just saw, if that's what his replay assistants are seeing, he said 3 guys running into each other. The push came early from Harrell. We saw it on that replay, just a little push in the back from Harrell, who's probably telling him right now, oh, I did do that.
Yeah.
We don't need to challenge this.
Well, you can't take it with you, I guess. Coach's challenge. Might as well get it done now with this equation. The Tangerine timeout is called. As I mentioned, Adelaide trying to win their 7th straight game.
That's the foul, the left hand on his back. That's what pushed him into Isaac Humphreys. He didn't have to do it because Humphreys would have hit him anyway. What a win this will be for the Adelaide 36ers.
A few more fans around the league in terms of believing that they are capable of making the playoffs for the first time since 2018. Give it their 7th consecutive win at home. The last team to win here was the Perth Wildcats back on December 28th last year. And no surprise, unsuccessful challenge. Let's go to Scott Butler.
John, when you process the play, you look at the hand by 24 on the back of the shooter. That's a stayed hand that stays on the shooter all the way through, pushes him in the back and accelerates him into the shot itself. That foul will stand.
Appreciate Scott Butler and the review centre providing the explanation. I think Bernard and Pete Hawley were all over it as well.
Well, I don't think that's what Mike Wells saw, which is why he wanted to have a little challenge. Maybe he's just practicing case. Maybe he's just practicing his challenges.
Maybe just giving his guys a blow. I think he knew it was a foul. You know, especially after.
Maybe a chance to get free burgers as well.
That's what's left for Adelaide, these fans.
Not a chance. This guy's a shooter. Unless he got hurt on the tumble.
She made them anxious. The pressure up the floor. Vasiljevic will go to Davis. Needs to get across the halfway line. Full foul, getting value for money with that foul. 4 on ball foul. That was heavy contact.
My bold prediction's going to live on. So I got one right, but
tell me why. Wow, no.
Every point matters.
Frustration, perhaps, Coach, because as Pete says, every point matters in the NBL. Montrezl Harrell trying to get the fans involved as well. They're on their feet.
Why give Adelaide more points?
Montrezl Harrell is saying to the crowd, that's 3 in a row.
Something about this crowd, though. You get them going. They love the game.
Brian Gorgian wants timeout here with 2.8 on the clock, down 10.
The crowd doesn't like it.
And the fans do not appreciate it.
Now, this is just situational. The game's done and dusted. You get the ball advanced, and you've got 2.8 seconds where, at some point in the future, if you are down 2 or 3, you draw something up. Can your team execute? After what's been, for the most part, a pretty poor performance from the Kings. Their bench did enough to get them back into the game, but the damage was done.
Adelaide watched Sydney score the first 8 points of the game, but they led by 4 at quarter time, by 12 at the half, out by as many as 16 in the third before Sydney rallied and dragged it back to 6 at 3/4 time. Then the Kings closed to within 1 after they scored the first 5 of the last quarter. But since then, Adelaide were able to steady and are finding their way to victory once more. Make it 3 in a row. Their best run last season was a 4-game winning streak. And they head to Melbourne on Sunday, full of energy and confidence.
That's going to be a big game. And what I love is that they stuck with the advantage of having Harrell and Humphreys. Didn't try and match the small ball of the Kings. Their energy got them to where they wanted to be. They have been the better team for about 96% of this game. Can they execute? This is all Brian Goorjian wants out of this 2.8 seconds.
Here's Oliver. Nice work inside. Malawat from close range. The dunk from Cooks is after the event, and the Adelaide 36ers are making some noise. It's 3 straight wins, and they get the Kings by 10. Adelaide 89, Sydney 79.
Impressive. Very impressive from the Adelaide 36ers, who are starting to put something special together. It is early. With all the talent on display from the Sydney Kings, the way they went about their business after starting 8-zip down, Mike Wells will be ecstatic, but there's no time to rest on it because it's a big game on Sunday.
Well, he spoke about it in the pregame, and he said, you know, he's confident in the confidence in this team is growing every day. And they're working hard every day in training. You're getting Isaac involved. DJ's playing well. You know, the confidence is high, so we see it right now.
The 36ers get it done, backing up the win against Illawarra last Saturday and the win over the Phoenix here at home on the Thursday prior to that. So Sydney's drought continues here in Adelaide. They haven't won here for 2 years. Now have lost their last 4 games. And Adelaide are enjoying the success at the moment. Kings, of course, have to lick their wounds, try and get Jalen Adams fit and healthy after he played a minor role tonight, just for 13 minutes because of back problems. Xavier Cooks looked off colour as well. They have to back up against Cairns on Sunday, and that's going to be a handful for them. DJ Vasiljevic is pretty happy with his evening. 26 points on 9 of 18 and 5 of 13 from deep.
And he mentioned first team. He's talked about that plenty of times with me. No one talks about him being in the first team, so he certainly deserves to be if he's playing like that all year.
Well, he's now the leading scorer in the competition this season, and that's usually a fair endorsement for the first team, or part of the equation, of course.
Absolutely, he's going to be there. The way he's playing is terrific. Adelaide boys are loving it, and so they should.
That was most impressive. Really good.
Wow, these guys.
Things are happening here in Adelaide. 89-79, they restrict Sydney to their lowest score of the season. Let's get to Felix von Hoff for some reaction.
Well, I'm here with the man of the moment, as he just looks to get a ball to throw to the fans. You're a man of people, throw it out, sign it and throw it out. We got plenty of time. Do your thing. Montrez, you're building something special in Adelaide. I can see you throwing up to the crowd 3 in a row. You're loving it right now, aren't you?
Yes, sir, man. I just been waiting to get back to play high caliber basketball, man. I'm gonna just take it all in and enjoy it, man. I'm here with an organization that, you know, really believes in me, really believes in what I can do for them, you know, and I'm just, you know, enjoying the ride, really.
You said you've been waiting to get back to play basketball. You played 38 minutes tonight. Are we seeing the best of Montrez yet, or is there still more to come as you get fitter and fitter?
Still more to come, man. Like I said, I haven't played, you know, real high-quality basketball in the whole year. And, you know, my win's still coming back to me slowly but surely, but every game is still building, man. 38 minutes a night, man. Shit, I'm looking to go 40, whatever we need to win the game, man. That's all I'm about.
How much do you love the crowd out here and the energy it brings? You went from the first game you played getting a warning for inciting the crowd to you're running up and down, firing this arena up. How much do you love it in Adelaide right now?
Oh, man, it's amazing, man. These fans are amazing, man. I think this is close to the second sellout that they had in history, man. So it's just about continuing to keep putting on, man, for the organization, keep putting on for the city, man. Just keep stacking up wins, really.
Now, tell me to shut up if I can't ask it yet. But you're here on a short-term contract. The fans love you. The league loves you. Your box office. Is this a place you can see yourself finishing out a season?
Yeah, I can. I definitely can. It's a simple answer for that, man. Like I said, these fans, this organization has been nothing but love. They supported me ever since I've gotten off that plane on that 24-hour ride, and it's been amazing, man. So I'm just looking to keep, you know, doing everything I can for this organization, and, you know, they're giving it right back.
And also translates into pay the man, and we'll get to keep him. Is that right?
I ain't know that one.
Hey, congratulations, man. Keep it up. We love you out here. You're doing great. Thank you. We're going to stick with it here. DJ Vasiljevic, he's a superstar, the man of the moment. If they love Montrez out here, they have to love you just as much.
I mean, I think he's the more loved person, loud personality, so everyone knows what he's doing and what he's up to. But no, it's good. Crowd's good. We've got to defend home court. Love it here, man.
man. You could see the energy in here, the entertainment. What's it like playing in the entertainment centre versus Titanium Security Arena? Because they had a lot of character here, but boy, this feels like an NBA game.
No, it does. The energy's elite. I wish we had like the decimeter to see what it is. I've never played at Titanium with a full arena, but this is second to none, man.
Man, the Sydney Kings, without Jalen Adams in the second half, they fought hard. Cam Oliver came out and they charged late. Looked like they were going to take the lead and it was going to be all over, but you guys stuck fat, solid, pulled out with a win.
Yeah, they're very talented on paper, and I think every one of them stays ready. So do we, but hey, we've got to protect home court in order to make playoffs, so that's what we're going to keep doing the rest of the season.
Man, you guys copped a lot of flack in pre-season. There was coaching changes. They said, is it going to work with you? And I said there was a lot of talk. How good does it feel to, for lack of a better term, just shut people up for a little bit with these 3 straight wins over 2 of the teams they consider the top?
Just another day in Adelaide. It's been like that for the last 6 years, and you know, coming here, I wanted to change the narrative a bit. Obviously, we kept Isaac long term. We've got Trez. We've still got Jarrell to come in. That's what a lot of people keep forgetting about. So, yeah, we'll just keep pushing forward.
On Jarrell Martin, obviously, you know, it's hard when you're out that long. Is he going to be able to come back into this lineup in proper shape, or is it going to take him a couple of weeks to get back into it?
I think it'll be something similar that I faced when I came back from my Achilles. You play the first game 8 minutes, second 8 minutes, like slowly build into it, and we're hoping to get him back in the next few weeks. And then we got that fever break to really use to try and get him up and down a lot with the team, and then hopefully after that we get rolling.
Perfect. DJ, thank you. You're firing up the crowd. Great job. We're going to chat to Kendrick Davis now. We got all the Adelaide 36ers. You look at post-game here, they're amongst the crowd. They're throwing balls out. The energy here, something special is brewing in Adelaide. Kendrick, we spoke before the game, and we spoke about you coming up against an ex-MVP guard. Now, unfortunately, he wasn't out there in the second half, but you more than held your own.
I mean, like I keep telling everybody, man, I hate I even mention on Twitter because now I got everybody just riled up. But I expect this, you know, I put in the work day in, day out. Like, I was not worried when I struggled. Like, my whole life, at the beginning of the year, I always struggle because I'm a point guard. So my job is to get everybody involved, see how the game's going. And coach came to me and said, be you. We're going to adjust around you. And that's all I needed to hear. And it's still going to be good days. It's still going to be bad days. But I feel like we competed for 32 minutes. We made the game harder than we had to, so that's something we can go work on.
Kendrick, it's been a pleasure watching you, man. You got a great head on your shoulders. You can do great things this year. Good luck.
Man, thank y'all, and we block out all the noise, man.
Thank you. Back to you, guys.
Thanks, Felix. They win it by 10, 89-79. We'll be back to wrap it up here from Adelaide right after this.
signature on the court, but it was Montrez who owned it tonight. Camo the Montrez going at it. Star power from top to bottom. And it was DJ and Montrez, as you would expect, who have now knocked off the entire state of New South Wales in the Illawarra Hawks and the Sydney Kings in back-to-back games. There is something special brewing in Adelaide.
Oh, it's fun to be here. And again, after that little poor start, they were the better team by far, and they are building something special. Watch out for the 36ers.
Very similar game to the first one. It was Sydney, it was Adelaide, it was Sydney. In the end, Adelaide got that win.
Adelaide got it done. And Lynette Copeland, a massive happy birthday to you,
Happy
of
birthday,
course.
Copes.
We will celebrate that long into the night.
Don't say that.
The Adelaide 36ers, 3 wins in a row. The Sydney Kings, well, they're going to have to lick their wounds. A few injuries and a whole lot of soul searching. But tonight, DJ and Montrez owned the city of Adelaide.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Excellent. There's no problem with us pushing the mics closer together if there's just one person sitting there instead of
No
two.
problem. One person per thing. Yeah, no problem. And us too. Who's first? Kings. So you just want one chair there?
All depends who walks through the
All
door.
right.
It's up to their discretion now. Usually it has to be 2.
Oh, right, okay.
Change that.
All right. No worries.
2:30 this afternoon.
Oh, right.
We voted on it.
Is that right? So in other words, we'll get either one or two discretion of the opposition team. Sorry, the team that, yeah, the defeating team. Yeah.
So for us, I've said to Trez and DJ, whoever wants to do it, will come. If no one wants to do it, that's fine.
Who have you called today?
Huh?
Who have you called to come up today?
I've asked Trez. Yes. But I did ask my back uncles last week.
Ah, so he was meant to come last week. No, sorry, Ice was meant to come last week.
What are they? Rock, scissors, paper, each other? Or?
It's one of them wrong.
Don't tell Trez how many votes I gave you in the game.
I'll help out you and trim